Hi everybody. Putting this here at the beginning because I just finished DCKO. Um, the big twist is the dark side may or may not be Booster. I think Booster is going to shake it off like he always does. I don't think it's the birth of the Black Beetle. If it is, that would complicate things even further. Who am I kidding? DC loves complications. Um, I can't wait to see Plastic Man Lobo. I have most of the tie-ins already, minus Superman. They have made sure I pick up like most of them. Um, DC definitely knows what they're doing with this event, but it's a real shame that none of the tie-ins seem to tie in with one another. Like the books I'm going to be talking about today. Well, book Justice League Unlimited. Even if Gwen Poole was in this continuity, it's like they don't know what they're doing. They want us to believe Batman's dead. Batman not dead. Batman not dead.
Why do you think that?
Because Batman makes the money.
Oh,
In real life, Batman makes the money. They're not going to kill off their most money-making character, Mom, and people out there in Cyberland. They're not going to have a tie-in to a character that is dead. Either they're going to have Dick Grayson be Batman again, which I love and have believed is happening on Earth 53 for years. But I doubt that will happen. I think they're saving that for some big event, like Marvel versus DC2 or another Batman Deadpool. Not this. This felt very throwaway. I am looking forward to Plastic Man Lobo though. Plastic Man and Lobo, that sounds like fun. It genuinely sounds like fun. Um, I had to explain to Mom who Jarro is. He's in this. Ambush Bug is in this. They pulled out all the stops. But there were few stop and think moments. They don't want you thinking about this event too hard because if you think about what's going on in New Gods now, or how any of the tie-ins don't tie in to each other for more than a second, the whole book falls apart. Like Mom said, oh shit, how'd the villains get out? They don't want you to think about that right now. They just want you to just enjoy the pretty colors and be like, there you go. The villains are out. I mean, they'll deal with that. They'll deal with that later. They'll deal with that in book 2 or book 3. That wasn't book 1's problem. They didn't explain how Superman even remembers the timeline. It could be the birth of the Black Beetle. Again, I don't know. They don't really explain any of the time travel stuff that's going on here.
at the very end there, it shows the picture like of them standing around. It's got Booster. It's got the other alien.
And they're all bad guys, Mom.
But
Booster is,
where are they?
again, they don't want you to think about that right now.
But where are they?
They're on they're on Apocalypse somewhere. I
Oh.
guess, I don't know.
Okay.
Can tell you
Because they didn't go
the
through.
book does not explain.
Are they still on Earth?
No, that ain't Earth. Here, look at the book. That ain't Earth.
You don't.
That ain't Earth. It's more. It looks more like Apocalypse than Earth.
Well, it doesn't really give you too much of the background. I mean, it's got Gorilla Grodd.
Anyway, something to think about. And if you really want to know my score on this book so far, I'd give it a 3. Not a great way to start an event, but not wonderful. But that's my thoughts on DCKO #1. I'm just sticking it here at the beginning of this review because the other one's a DCKO tie-in, and like I enjoyed the Flash for what it was, but it really didn't tie in with the Justice League tie-in. And the key word of tie-ins is tie-in. So anyway, enjoy the review. Enjoy the review. Happy next week. And hello to you, my viewers. This is The Other World According to Bob. I am Bob. She's Mom. Say hi, Mom.
Hi.
Hang on 1 minute.
Stupid movie.
Sorry about that. Dog had to bark. Anyway, we are here reviewing the 3 books of the week.
You need me to help you?
Now, what I didn't, let's start with Gwen Poole. What I didn't enjoy out of the Gwen Poole is that they're going to forget the Exiles. I just know it. I mean, this whole book, these 2 right here,
Gwen Poole 3, Gwen Poole 4.
these 2 right here.
Turn them around.
Damn. Mom, stop pointing out the flaws. Just enjoy the show. Okay, these 2 right here, what I don't, they're kind of on their own little wavelength, and if you can't enjoy that wavelength, you just can't enjoy the damn book, because they have like Gwen turning into like a fart cloud. Well, that's what she was. She was essentially a fart cloud. She died, got
She's pink.
got turned into a pink fart cloud.
She's a spirit. What she is.
Spirit fart cloud. I don't believe in no ghosts, so to me, it'd be like, why are you a fart cloud?
Yeah.
Anyway, if you can't enjoy that weird little wavelength these books are on, these books may not be for you. They are very they act like they're continuity heavy, but they're very much, we're doing our own thing, driving the car the way we want, possessing Spider-Man, and like I will give it 3 more issues. If it doesn't get any better by the second story arc, I am going to drop it off the pull list. But for this, they weren't as good as Gwen Poole 2 or The Exiles and the reason I think Gwen's gonna join the Exiles at the end of the book, at the end of this main storyline here that these two books have going, is it just feels like the Earth is gonna get destroyed. Like someone's gonna press a button somewhere and the Earth is gonna go boom. Even if Bailey Briggs shows up and says, "Here I am, I'm going to save you." No, in Gwen Poole, it's just zany enough the Earth might get destroyed. You don't know. Um, as as two separate books, they get twos apiece. As one book, that's a 4. That's a solid 4, and it will read better in trade. I did enjoy a couple of the jokes. That's why I'm giving it a 2, not a 1 or a 0. Um, I did enjoy that they brought back clone Gwen Stacy. That was fun. I enjoyed I enjoyed the joke that said that the mention of Ben Riley. Apparently, any mention of Ben Riley too. I'm like, hey, there's Ben Riley. Yeah, just any mention at all makes me crack up. Um, Not a whole lot of people are reading this book. Every time I do a video on this, the numbers do quite poorly, but you all are kind of sleeping on this, just like you did Resurrection Man. But unlike Resurrection Man, I don't think it will fit into main continuity. They won't have like her appear in Secret Invasion 3. The invasion finally happens. You get what I'm saying? Like they won't have it appear in whatever the main book that Marvel is currently doing is called. It will just always be off to the side. If it starts tying in, that's why I'm willing to give it one more storyline too, because the jokes were funny. Um, I am kind of curious where they're going with their little side quest, but I just have a bad feeling that's not going to fit into a main book. Even they're acting like it's Deadpool Kills, but this ain't Deadpool Kills. Deadpool Kills was a classic book for a little while, and then it became something else. So I enjoyed Deadpool Kills Deadpool, if you remember. No, he's not in this. But for a time travel book that might actually matter, we have Justice League Unlimited
It's DC,
12.
DCKO. The tie into Justice
Yeah,
League
yeah,
Unlimited.
it's Justice League Unlimited 12.
Okay.
It is part of the DCKO. She's right. But this felt like a time travel book that's gonna matter. Rip Hunter might show up at the end of this one. You don't know. There is definitely the it matters. Oh, the story is important. part of this story. The fact that Rip Hunter's gone doesn't mean anything. He'll be back. I mean, they had the call from the Wave Rider show up. Like, they had a distress signal from Justice League Dark Tomorrow special #1 actually be relevant here. Like it mattered that they are at vanishing point, and they're like just sitting there getting invaded by an evil phantom girl. But that ties in with this book, and they reference the 90s event that happened years ago. It just, I don't know, it just felt like it mattered. Whereas Gwen Poole, it just felt like a stupid little side quest. People are wrong that this is not the same Batman as the Terry McGinnis that's on the Wave Rider. Yeah, it's actually the Tim Drake from Future's End plotline that took place a couple years back. So it's the opposite end of the line, I guess. They say they're in hell, but they're really more in a dimensional rift at the end here. They say, "Oh my God, welcome to hell." But this book wanted you to feel extreme. I'm giving this a 3 because it could have had Booster Gold in it. It could have reminded us better of it could have had a beaten up Plastic Man actually show up, like, at the end of Justice League Dark Tomorrow, and have it tie in with this book, clear as in present day. But it didn't. And if you didn't get the connections, if you didn't understand the connections between Arthur and his baby and Arthur and his other baby, how was the experience for you, Mom? I'm demonstrating.
What do you mean?
Did you understand?
Aquaman?
Did you understand about Aquaman, his baby? Did you remember any of that?
I had forgotten that his son had gotten kidnapped. But
see,
but then if you think about it, yeah, because the Aquaman that was living on dry land, you know what I mean?
And you as a reader shouldn't have to think about it. You as a reader should. It should have been spelled out for you. I felt bad for Mom.
Why?
Because, like I said, you had to think about it and remember his baby getting kidnapped.
Yeah.
That was years ago, Mom.
Yeah.
They expected you to remember. I mean, these two books are on opposite ends of the spectrum. One didn't really expect you to remember anything.
I like the Justice League one better than I like the Gwen Poole.
Well, there you have it. I guess it gets a 4. Yeah. Yeah. So, this will be in the New Gods playlist because it does connect to Justice League Dark tomorrow. It will be in the New Gods playlist because it does have the question in it and it does connect to all that, but it kind of doesn't, if that makes any sense to you at all. It was mired in continuity, but at the same time, for a classic reader like me, it was enjoyable. I guess if she enjoyed it, who am I to say? What frustrates me is that you're getting to see chunks of the Time War. That's my theory. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to hear more about my theory involving the Time War. A thing that's been going on in DC canon in the background for years. But needless to say, you get to see chunks of it, and it's like, I'd love to see like a major villain like Alexander Luthor actually see it from his perspective for one issue, and I know they're not going to do that, and that kills me. This would be the series they'd do it in too. This would be. Anyway, that's my theory. I'm rambling. They. Hang on, Mom. I'm gonna tell the nice people how they rebuilt the watchtower. I guess I just did that. And also how the polka dot man thing. That was the polka dot man from the movie, which I found cool. This series does need to continue, but like it needs to have a better connection to the overall book. I haven't read DCKO yet, so maybe that's the story I'm missing. But needless to say, it wasn't a very good tie-in. It didn't remind you of what's going on in the prior story. No, Plastic Man wasn't beat up. That's just my suggestion. That they could have had him get away. They could have, because every book is someone's first. Keep that in mind. I've been Bob. This has been the other world according to Bob. Bob out. Mom, where's the mouse?
Next to you.
Help me find it, please.
Move your comic.
Thank you.